So what if I told you that you can play every round of your ranked match like a pro? That you can play the best positions, take the best entry paths, use the optimal utility and make ideal decisions. All thanks to this tool right here. You might have questions now, so let me explain. I'm Marlo and today we're taking a look at how to set up playbooks. So what exactly is a playbook, you might ask first? Well, a playbook pretty much is a collection of plays and strategies that you prepare outside of the game so that you have set plays prepared once you're in an actual ranked match. The big advantage is that you do tons of thinking beforehand, which relieves a lot of mental clutter from your mind since you know what to do for all the standard situations and you can focus on absorbing little details instead and making good plays on the fly when necessary. Let me give you an example. I'm an initiator main and one of my favorite things to play is Sova on Ascent. When playing defense on B side, I start on lane and instantly have a shock dart prepared while listening for steps. I then bounce my second shock dart off B main since the enemy team is scaling quickly on a rush. After that, I fall back to side and time my scan dart so that it lands above the enemy team when they enter side. This allows me to bang from a safe position and my teammates can do the same through the market and CT smokes. If the enemy team is able to continue pushing side, I have a strong position in which I'm hard to kill and can constantly look to get picks towards stairs or lane. I have done this play so many times now and it's extremely strong because I'm using all my utility, dish out damage myself, set my team up to get easy kills and just make things as uncomfortable as possible for the enemy team. Now imagine you have a play like this prepared for every scenario on every map that you play. Can you start to see how much better of a player and how much easier that will make things for you? Now before you say, setting all that up sounds like a lot of work, I don't want to do that. Let me tell you, if you want to be a good player, there is no magic pill that makes you one in a day. Of course, you have to put in work and setting up playbooks is actually one of the most efficient ways. 30 minutes a day for one map and you got an optimal setup for each map within a week. Now that I think about it though, there might actually be a magic pill to get your mechanics up to pro level. Learning the gunfighting secrets of none other than the Radiant Pro Thwyfo himself. He's reached Radiant in all acts so far and played for the likes of 100 Thieves and NRG. And we worked on a course with him where he teaches you everything about winning gunfights. The fundamentals, his peeking tips, his aim routine and also his mentality secrets. And thanks to the limited time promo code we are running right now, this magic pill only costs 10 bucks. So make sure to check out the link in the description. Okay, back to the playbooks. How exactly do we set those up? Remember what I said about playing like a pro at the beginning of the video? This is our starting point, watching some pro VODs. You can find gameplays of any agent on any map from various top tier pros and going through these will give you tons of info on how to play your role well. Once you gain some experience and develop as a player, of course you can start implementing your own approaches and plays. Now next up you go to valorplan.gg, which is a free tool that allows you to set up those strategies and plays so that you don't have to memorize them all. You can mark your starting positions, draw on your utility and your rotations and write down little notes on what your plan is for those specific strategies. And of course, as I said, for the beginning, you can pretty much copy the positions and utility and rotations that the pros do in the VODs you have watched. The most important plays you need to create are your default positions and pathings and utility usage at the start of the round. You want to have an idea of what you're trying to do for every lane of the map on attack and defense. This ensures that you have a strong foundation and you can impact rounds right from the start, which is super important to carry rounds. Now, the playbook magic doesn't stop there though. That Sova play on Ascent I showed you is pretty cool if the enemy team fully rushes my side. But what if they push A or they default? Well, for those scenarios, you can have your rotates and mid-round plays prepared. For example, if a rush towards A is called, then I instantly get into position for a dart to help out on A and then rotate over full speed in order to arrive where there's still chaos on side. If it's a slow default from the enemy team, then I switch out my shock dart with a reveal for B main instead and look to take control to take out the lurker or punish a late push into B main by playing from an off angle. This position is great against market pushes as well. As you can see, there is a plan for pretty much every approach the enemy team can take, and so you always know what to do. But of course, Valorant is a game with so many factors that you can't possibly account for everything, and so you need to be able to adapt to the enemy team's playstyle and tendencies as well. So the plays and strategies you set up beforehand are your foundation that you can build upon, so feel free to improvise as well. For example, in this game here, my team got run over by the enemy team on A short again and again, and so I decided to just take things into my own hands and fight for it aggressively. Sometimes it's necessary to throw the defaults out the window and shoot heads. So remember to do that as well, and remember to buy the Thwifo course. It's really something I stand behind with lots of knowledge for a very fair price, and you're supporting both Thwifo as well as the guide and insight, so it's very much appreciated. Thank you. And if you haven't checked out my other videos from this How to Climb playlist, make sure to watch the video on how to use utility next. It's linked right here. I'll see you there.